One morning, Larry was making up his mix train when Christian arrived with the morning mail. "Good morning, Christian." "Good morning, Larry. I got some news for you." "Oh yeah? What news?" "There's a big new engine that's working on Taylor's line. I don't know him, but Taylor seems to really like him." "Well," huffed Larry, "I better find out more." A few days later, Taylor was in the shops due to a hot axle, so Larry decided to go see her. "What's this about a big new engine I heard you're so fond of?" he questioned. "Oh, you mean Derrick?" Taylor smiled with a twinkle in her eyes. Her reaction was enough to make Larry roll his eyes. "He's not permanently assigned to my line," Taylor continued. "He just brings down heavy trains. He's a 4MT mountain type, so he's really strong, and he always finds time to help me." Larry let off steam furiously. "And I don't," he snapped. "You haven't helped me in a while," Taylor explained. "You're always too busy with that branch line of yours." "Well," snorted Larry, "I want to start helping again. Then you'll see I'm the better engine." "Okay," sighed Taylor, "but don't make any promises you can't keep." "Oh, I won't. You'll see." Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoon, Larry wound up finishing his branch line work and then helped Taylor on her line. Taylor appreciated the effort and was also relieved Derrick didn't come around on the days that Larry did. This was causing Larry to become tired because he would have to run back to his branch line to start his own work in the morning. Penny and Kennedy begged him to stop, but he refused to give up. But it wasn't long before he was forced to stop. One day, while heading to the seaport, he had forgotten to take on water and ended up running dry on the main line. To make matters worse, track work was happening, so all traffic was halted until Larry could be rescued. "No more double duty," snapped Miss Caldwell. "We're sorry, Larry," sighed Kennedy. "At least you tried." Larry couldn't say anything. A few days later, Derrick was about to leave Denville with a long train, carrying coal, lumber, and other things. As he waited for a clear signal, Taylor arrived. "Wow, Derrick, that's a long train." "It definitely is," smiled Derrick. "I'll have to pick up a helper at the next station still." As he left, Taylor had a realization. "Oh no," she groaned. "Oh, Larry doesn't try any tricks." Larry was waiting furiously. He didn't like the idea of being Derrick's helper. Soon, Derrick arrived and gave a friendly whistle. "Hello," he said cheerfully. "You must be Larry. Taylor has told me about you." Larry just glared and said, "Let me get coupled up." Derrick was surprised at how rude Larry was. As Larry coupled up to the caboose, he got a naughty idea. "Let's see how strong he really is," he said to himself. Derrick gave a whistle signaling he was ready to depart. Larry responded, but with a cheeky grin. Larry actually helped until they reached the area where the climb really started. Larry began to gently apply his brakes, so much that all the weight would be on Derrick's drawbar. Sure enough, the train slowed down considerably, and Derrick began to struggle, just as Larry had hoped. "What's going on back there?" groaned Derrick. "Not so strong now, are you?" Larry snickered to himself. But Larry's victory was short-lived. Suddenly, there was a loud thump, and Derrick shot forward up the hill. Larry had been holding back so much, it caused the coupling to break. "That wasn't part of the plan," Larry said quietly. Derrick was cross and went to confront Larry. "What happened?" he asked. I guess my brakes slipped on, Larry replied innocently. Bull, snapped Derrick. You have no proof, Larry replied furiously. I ought to jump over that track and go ahead and try it, shot Derrick. It took the conductor, brakeman, and both engine crews to break them up. Larry pushed the remaining cars up the hill where the damaged car was set out, and Derrick took the rest of the train onwards. Taylor was waiting for Derrick to arrive back at the docks. Why are you back so late? She asked. Derrick then told Taylor all about Larry and the incident on the hill. That was definitely Larry's trick, grumbled Taylor. I'm gonna tell him off. No, Taylor, Derrick said. We will teach him a lesson in a different way. Derrick and Taylor thought of a way to get back at Larry. We'll find out what they did in the next story. Sometimes, when trains are heavy, it takes more than one engine to pull the train. The engine that's originally assigned to the train is called the road engine. The engine, or sometimes engines added to the train to help it get over a hill or a steep section of line, are called helpers. Helpers are sometimes placed at the head of the train. This is known as double heading. Sometimes they're placed at the rear of the train, even before or after the caboose. This is known as a rear pusher. And sometimes helpers are placed in the middle of the train. This is called a swing helper. Some trains, if it's long enough and the line is steep enough, sometimes has helpers in the middle of the train and at the rear, or rarely at the head end as well. Here's Sean and Dewan. They will demonstrate how helpers work. When Sean comes to a stop, Dewan couples up behind the caboose. Sean, being the road engine, will control the train's brakes, while Dewan's driver will control just the independent brakes on Dewan himself. Now, especially dealing with rear pushers, whistle signals are very, very important to communicate. A mistake in communication can cause an accident. Sean is ready to leave, so he gives 2 long blasts of his whistle. And Dewan replies. Dewan will then start pushing the train, pushing in the slack. And once Sean feels the slack bunch up, he'll start to pull. With rear pushers, the train is equally divided between the two, with Sean pulling the first half and Dewan pushing the second half. Their drivers must pay attention to the speed of both engines. When Sean wants to stop, he'll give 1 short blast of his whistle, and Dewan will reply. Together, they slowly bring the train to a stop. At this point, Sean and Dewan has reached the top of the hill. Dewan will be uncoupled and sent back to the station. Well, at this point, Sean can handle the train on his own. Well, that's it. Now you know how helpers work. See you next time for another episode of the Southern United Railroad.